Well, hello there. So today we're going to talk about some data that was breached, hacked, the company that had that data, and where to check to see if you're affected. So um, let's get started. So National Public Data was hacked. So National Public Data has lots of information on all sorts of people, Americans. I believe it's just on Americans. Um, but this came to light because of a class action lawsuit in Florida. Um, and it's crazy how much information is here. So, what is National Public Data? They get data from many different businesses and they store it on people that can then be searched. They guarantee freshness and quality, um, but do they secure it? Anyway, so National Public Data is a place where you can get information about people, including yourself. There are a lot of companies that have data about you, and there are ways to remove that data. But yeah, so this is the company that had the largest hack in history now. So what you can do to check. So by the way, I'll have all these links down below. This pen tester grabbed the data, uh, masked it, some of it, and then you can search. So you could search for your first name, um, your last name, select the state that it's tied to, and the birth year. Now, if you're in multiple states, might need to do it multiple. You'll find that there are multiple rows per person. So, but yeah, a lot of people are going to be affected with this one. So once again, you need your first name, your last name, select the state, and your birth year, so that it can try and tie it to the dump that was obtained, and they will show you the information that has about you. Some of it, they'll show you addresses, phone numbers, and partially masked social security number. So social security number was involved in this leak. So what should we do? First of all, there's not much you can do on this. Companies are going to share data with others. You could watch those data sharing agreements that you're signing into anytime the privacy agreements when you're using a site. But there's not a lot of protections you have here. You can pay companies to try and scrub information off. You can reach out to those as well. But your data's out there. And unfortunately, this company had lots of data in a way that it was able to be accessed by people who did not want to use it in a good way, and they've dumped it to the internet. So I hope we will do better. As a business, the first thing you should do is only store the data you need. Only store the data you need. And when possible, if you have very sensitive data, such as social security numbers, why don't you salt and hash those? You don't need to keep the social security number. You could have a hash of it, at least a hash. Or you can keep that in a very protected place and link to another ID you can use. They just had tons of data. So avoid keeping data you don't need. If you're in the business of storing data, you need to pay extra attention on how you're securing it. And you need to watch for leakage and make sure it doesn't leak. There will be lots of lawsuits, I'm sure, about this, as well as they're going to have to pay, most likely, for people to have their records, their credit watched. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Feel free to check to see if you're in the dump, and have a good one. We'll see you in the next video.